Penn made it. This is Penn. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ben.
Before I forget, Penn's going to be signing, I believe, at 3:15, 3:30, downstairs in the under TCAF, and Beguiling 2, I believe, is the room. You probably don't even remember that, Ben.
I got it written down.
I just want to read the text I just got from Penn that said he was going to be a little late. It kind of describes our friendship a little bit. Hey, Mom. I'll be there at last minute. I'm still making my Choose Your Own Adventure CD, but it's kind of nice. So hey, Penn. Welcome to TCAF.
Thanks, Mommy.
So we were just saying, that the show has a big, cartoonist-driven creative team. Do you want to talk a little bit about your history in comics and kind of what it is, why it is that the show is such a cartoonist-heavy show?
I don't know if it's any more complicated than, I'm just stoked to work with, the most radical of dudes and ladies, and all these guys are super awesome. I don't know. I mean, I used to make minis. I used to make little mini comics, and I put them, stick them in the hall at my school. And I would hand them out. I would palm them at Comic-Con and shake hands with Scott McCloud, and just let him take my comic book away and give them and freak them out. So I think that's my experience with comics.
What do you got there?
I got all these CDs. I'm going to try to burn 100 CDs. That's why I was late, because I'm trying to make this Choose Your Own Adventure CD. So I was in my hotel room, and I'm like, you go left into the forest, and then you find a magical tree knot, and you look in the tree and there's a gym, and then the cleaning girl comes in and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. And then she left. She's like, oh, come back. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I started doing it again, and she came back 10 minutes later, and I had just messed up on something, and so she walked in as soon as I was like, there's a sword, and then I was like, fuck! As soon as she walked in, and she thought I was saying fuck because she walked into the room. And I'm doing all this with 6 minutes to this panel. I'm like, ooh,
Did you finish?
No. I'm still working. I've got 8 more tracks to record. It's a fighting.
You all right?
Okay.
So,
I don't think it's going to even do it.
Hey, Penn, we have something that we're going to show you guys.
There across the sky, I can see what makes the legend is true, and it's you, yeah, you are the legend is true.
So Penn, let's talk about Lumpy Space Princess.
Yes. Yeah. Do the voice, please.
Talk to somebody else.
All right.
For a change.
Let's talk about Lumpy Space Princess.
Oh my goodness.
So you're working in storyboard divisions.
Yes.
So explain a little bit about kind of what your duties entail.
Yeah. Well, I get rough storyboards or cleaned up storyboards with revision notes or little post-it notes, little stick figures, and so then I take that and I just render it. Make nice drawings of the characters. Make the characters emote, feel,
All the things you're good at doing yourself.
emoting and feeling. And, yeah, that's about it. Just cleaning up, just making it pretty. Also, I found out really recently I've been cleaning up other people's cleanup. I've been redoing people's cleanup, and I didn't know. I've been doubling up and erasing people's work. But no, it's a lot of fun. Just drawing, lots of drawing.
That's awesome. you're towards the end of season 3
Yeah.
right now. Do you have anything on your desk that's pretty cool that people should be excited about?
If only I could talk about it, Phil. No, there's a lot of good. There's a really amazing episode with Tree Trunks, 3rd season, called Apple Thief. It's one of my favorites so far in the entirety of this season, that series. Not that it's been animated, but it's really funny.
As it exists right now.
Yes.
People love Tree Trunks.
So if it's not funny by the time you guys see it, it's not my fault.
And I'll just go down the line. Michael, so you've been doing some props and effects, and I was lucky. I had already left at this point, but occasionally I get a nice email from someone that's just like, look at this crazy stuff that Michael just sent us. And I guess I want to talk to you about 2 episodes you're working on. There's an episode with Susan Strong again, where we get to meet her again. You've been kind of all over that episode. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that was like my first gigs for the show. Adam and Rebecca got me to do some concept art as they were boarding it. And I thought that was just going to be a one-off gig. Like, oh, cool, I get to do this for a week. And then now, working on the show more regularly, they let me take a lot of the characters I designed. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what the characters were or anything, but yeah, I got to actually do the finished designs and stuff and see the storyboard, and it was like awesome. It's like the best thing I've ever done. It's a sweet gig. Yeah.
You're cool, man. Thanks for doing it.
There's a couple of vomit drawings of yours from the show that are online. What were they for?
They were for the Tree Trunks episode, weren't they?
No, they're from The Monster.
Oh, okay.
Lumpy Space Princess, she's vomiting in the woods.
Oh, she's vomiting tree trunk. That's
Yeah.
it.
Great.
Yeah, that's
she's
it.
like eating bark off a tree in the woods trying to survive. And then you drew like 8 different kinds of like super stylized vomit and different matter in it, like different kinds of all sorts of different types of vomit. It was so brilliant.
They all had amazing names too, like Gentleman Swirl. It was really funny.
And that was you that named those vomits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get to draw a lot of food so far, and like a lot of like goop and like not always vomit, but just like goop and stuff. It's pretty great because that's like what I draw anyway.
That's pretty cool. And Bob, I'm going to keep going down the line. So you helped us with the first episode of season 2, I believe. It was Nice King.
Yeah. It was one where he shaves his beard, and like all the princesses get attracted to him. So,
Which princesses did you work on?
I helped design the Orange Princess and the Peanut Princess. I mean, I was working from I think Natasha's rough drawings or something, and I kind of just built them up into something, that kind of scaled up as like full figures or whatever. But yeah, it was fun.
It's a good one. Bob also does lots of SpongeBob comics. And if you guys ever read those, Bob's SpongeBob comics are fantastic. And I think I've talked to Bob briefly about it, and I've talked to Ken about it, but we want to do some Adventure Time comics. I have to kind of get it together. It's sort of been it's under my duties to kind of figure that out. But maybe at some point you guys will get to see some Adventure Time comics from these guys. Hopefully, that will be fantastic if we get to do that. Yeah, let's see. Let me see what time it is, because I'd like to get some questions from you guys.
It's lunchtime, stupid.
Well, I think we should take some questions. It's almost 10:50 now. Do you guys want to? Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of we'll go this way.
Hi, I've got a question. This is mostly a question.
I'm gonna repeat the question too after it's asked.
Okay, I got a question and a stupid request. This is mostly directed towards Penn, but for anybody else if they want to answer it as well. Just what sort of advice would you give to somebody who's trying to work their way up to where you are with like an animated series?
Yeah.
And can you give this advice in the Lumpy Space
No.
Princess?
It'd be too difficult to give the advice in Lumpy Space, but I can try. Let me try to do Lumpy Space Princess first, and then I'll do the other questions.
Work for me.
It's hard to do. I can never do the voice. It's so embarrassing. To do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get into this. Because my head does things that I don't want it to.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Pretend we're not here.
It's not like I'm not
We'll
scared.
close our eyes.
Yeah, we'll close our eyes.
Everyone close their eyes.
I have to get into it by cursing. That's how it started. Because the Valley Girl accent is like, I dropped the last letter of the curse word, so it's like, oh shit, oh fuck, Everyone close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. Oh my God, is that Calvin? I can see Calvin in the audience. Oh shit. Oh, hi Calvin. That's Calvin.
Here's Calvin.
Yeah, I did it.
The question was about, do you have any good advice? Do you have any advice for how to get into the industry or how to get your own show?
Yeah. And I think about it all the time because I get asked that a lot, so I have to think of a good answer. And I think the best way, or at least the way that I know how to get a gig is to, you just need to make something awesome and then be at TCAF. And then, or at SPX or at Comic-Con and just put your work out there, because it's when you think about it, like you're either, you have a couple options. You're going to either walk into a studio and give someone your portfolio, and they don't know who you are, and they're going to put it in a bin with other portfolios, and they'll look through it, and so there's a chance you'll get a job that way, and there might be a really good chance that you'll get a job that way. But I think if your goal is to be a creator of something, or for someone to put a lot of, I don't know, I feel like you're supposed to make stuff that's awesome and put it out there, and then someone else is going to see how awesome you are, and then they're going to find you. And that seems unrealistic and intangible to do, but I think that's how everyone gets their job. Do you know who there's only a few people I know who haven't gotten their job that way.
Me.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, not everyone on this panel, that's how they all got their jobs.
Yeah.
Just by making comics and people liking them, and sort of, whether it's one of us that saw your comic, or like in Andy's case, Tom saw, Andy's comic and knew his work. But, I think it is, and that's great advice to kind of do your thing and do it great, and just get it in front of people as much as you can. Yeah. All right. Let's get another question. Bill Face.
Hi, this is mainly for Penn. How did you come up with the concept of Bravest Warriors, and can you do it in the voice of the barista from the Bueno the Bear cartoon? Okay, that's fine too.
And I've started a trend.
That question was about Bravest Warriors, and how Penn came up with it. I don't know, can you guys all hear the questions when they're asked? I mean, so we don't have to repeat them? Okay, well, maybe we won't repeat them.
How did I come up with the idea for Bravest Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
When I was pitching those things, I was just scheduling a pitch without an idea. I would schedule a pitch in a month, and so I'd have a month to come up with an idea, and so I just poop out some idea, and then pitch it and see if it got picked up. And that's how I pitched Adventure Time too. I just made a pitch, and then I pooped out the Adventure Time pilot. It was just stream of consciousness writing where Finn sees something and chases after a rainbow unicorn, and it's just, I was just and luckily they liked it a lot, so it worked out. But it's just it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in space, whatever. But then you poop it out. My philosophy was you poop it out and then you try to make it, then you make it good. I was just trying to sell the idea, so I was just churning out ideas really quickly, selling them, and then my plan was to turn it around, and make it top notch when I was working on it after I sold the thing. That's what I was doing when I was starting out.
You got lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lucky.
For sure. That's awesome. Thank you for getting lucky, giving us all jobs.
Welcome, mommy.